What's up, guys? Hunter Frontier back at it again with another video. And in this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about cards that you definitely should be buying before it's too late. And of course, let's go ahead and start off with Blue Eyes White Dragon from the starter deck Kaiba of all decks. And as you guys know, this card is very nostalgic. It is the best art of it, of course, in my opinion. I prefer this version, this and the Dark Magician version of the starter deck compared to the LOB. But if you guys have a opinion on that, let me know down below, of course. And of course, we're gonna go into this one, and I feel like people are just picking this up more in terms of like playing Blue Eyes or having it for their collection. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a near mint copy, but as long as the front looks nice, so maybe an LP or a moderately played copy, you're good to go. But that is up to you guys, of course. And same thing with Dark Magician, like I said here. People are either picking it up. This is a near mint unlimited copy for about 19-20 bucks. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. But I will, kind of just point that out, that if you are trying to buy a near mint copy on TCGPlayer, you might go to eBay and get a better look at the card. Just a little PSA. But moving on, we do have Red Dragon Archfiend, the Ghost Rare, the last Ghost from the Past set, the second Haunting. And for a long time, this card actually was about 40 bucks, 45, just because of nostalgia from Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. Now it has dipped in price. It's kind of lowest, $35. And I will say it has been a long time since we've had a Ghost from the Past set, but regardless, this card is great to have in any collection. You can actually even play this in Red Dragon Archfiend if you are still playing the deck. But regardless, though, it's a great copy to have. And it was the one of the actual last cards from the Signer Dragon group to actually get a Ghost Rare, which was nice too. This is our modern day Ghost Rare. So personally, I would go ahead and pick it up. I've already have my copy. I got mine signed too by the voice actor who played Jack Atlas. But again, guys, that is up to you, but I would highly recommend you grab your copy. Moving on, we have Heavy Polymerization, and this is more geared towards, of course, Lunalight. And with the one printing from the Dueling Mirrors set, when we did get promos, you can see right here, lowest it's $14 going on to $15. So if you do need your copies, I would get them now, because again, as Lunalight keeps going throughout the meta, this card can go even further up in price. Next up, we have Time Tearing Morganite, and yep, that's right, stun decks are coming back, which is great. To the fact that you see a super rare be around the same price as a prismatic secret rare. Now, if you are looking to pick up your copies, again, go higher up and get that prismatic secret rare. They are about the same price, but regardless, you do want that higher printing. And again, if you're looking to move it, you can always just flip it on the side and put it into something else that you are looking to play. But moving on though, and also check bulk for Cyberstorm Access. You probably have a bunch of super rares. Moving on, we do have Vanquish Soul Holly Sue, and I kind of want to just quickly talk about this card, how it's still around $45. And if you guys are looking to play the deck, try to find it on a deal, maybe get it for 35, 36 if you can. I think over time this card will go down in price, but it is great for what it does. You can take control of a monster your opponent controls with the lowest attack, and then if it's fire or dark, you can actually special summon a non-psychic Vanquish Soul monster from your deck. So it's a great card, text wise. I just think that it's not worth this price, but again, let me know what you guys think. Of course, it's still lowest $43. Next up, we have Skull Servant, the chibi artwork, the Starlight Rare from Battles of Legend Monster Mayhem, and it's currently about $24. I will say, because I remember on Gamer's Choice pre-sales, this card actually was 10-15 bucks at some point, and then it immediately sold out. That would have been the best optimal moment to pick this card up, but I will say that for 24 bucks, when it was around $30-ish, it's great to pick up for GOAT format, of course. I know with Konami and GOAT format it was shaky for a second, but still it'd be cool to have 3 copies of this in your deck. Moving on, we do have, and I will say, of course, like older formats too, in terms of that, or even collecting Skull Serpent and having it in your collection. But moving on, we have Stardust, Cypher, Divine Dragon, and again, this card finally got the reprint, right? So the original has gone fairly down, but this might be a good opportunity to go ahead and just pick up a huge bulk of cards for this one, of course, because it might be good to kind of just sit on something for you guys, and later on you're like, oh, it finally went back up. There you go. Sell your copies. Could easily be 7-8 bucks each if we're not keeping track of it. So kind of just keep that in your mind. going on to another Starlight Rare, we have Junk Warrior. And, you know, I think people compare this to the Starlight Rare that Junk Warrior did have previously, where I believe it was a Quarter Century Secret Rare. It was the Ultar version. That card definitely went up in price. We talked about it a few videos ago. It's currently around $30, $35. Now, does this have the potential to get there? I think so, with time. And, you know, this is a very low ceiling, about 10, 11 bucks. And, you know, worst case, if it doesn't, you have a cool chibi artwork in your collection. So I would do it, but it is up to you. We have Magical Android, another card you should pick up regardless. It might be somewhat similar in terms of the Stardust card as well. Pick up some in bulk just to have, just because of how nostalgic this card is, and also it's so important in Edison format. So keep it. Later on, you can go ahead and flip it if you like. Moving on, we do have number 80, Rhapsody and Berserk, and this is a great tech card to use against Ryziel. So you know how to keep that in mind. You do have, of course, the 2 copies here. You have the super rare, and then if you want to just grab the rare, and you know you're pretty much good to go. So that's a nice tech option, just so you guys do know. Next up, we just want to talk about Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, and the fact that they are so expensive right now. Of course, the higher end copies, and it's something that I'm still surprised that Konami did not reprint them in the Quarter Century Secret Rare. You know, that's a little odd, but at the same time, I guess there are just so many slots of cards that they could actually go ahead and print. So it is what it is, but we want to keep you updated on the prices. They are going low on listings. People are really preferring to play these cards this format, and for good reason too. Next up, we have the Sengen Jin Wakes from a Millennium, but this card is really cool for the Millennium deck, of course, and the fact that it's a nice ultra rare copy is great. The Quarter Century Secret version of this card has gone crazy, but if you are looking to play the deck, you do need, you know, this card. So I would go ahead and actually pick up 3 copies yourself. If you want to go ahead and play the deck, I do have 3 copies myself. I'm going to show you guys a deck profile very soon. Really excited to do that, but yeah, just want to keep you guys in the loop with this card. Moving on, we do have Tri-Brigade Fractal, and this is, you know, for a lot of reasons, right? You have the Yummy deck, you have, of course, the Lunar Lights. You know, this is a great card to kind of have in terms of getting cards to grave. So, you know, with Fractal, only the 2 copies, and who knows when they're going to make another one. To be honest, no one is really playing Tri-Brigade at all. So you might want to pick up a few copies now before it is too late and people, again, pick up on Lunar Light and it goes further and further up in price. And second to last thing here, we have, of course, Stampede. And we just wanted to talk about how the set has been lower for a long time. Like Effect Veiler, easily 70, 75 bucks. Now it's down to 50. You know, you still have Nibiru staying around that same price. Same thing with the Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, the Ultar. I have told you guys about Dark Magician Arcana. It's a great price for $31. Seriously. 31, 35, around that range. You do have the Dark Magician knife artwork, but again, it's kind of disrespectful to reprint this one, even though they made it a special, like, oh, it's hard to pull from the Battle of Chaos set. But hey, if you still want a copy of it, you can go ahead and grab a copy of that. You also have the new Lightning Storm artwork that, you know, we did receive, and for about 32 bucks when all the copies of Lightning Storm have been going up is not a bad look as well. You do have Trap Dust Shoot for $41. It's still steadily around that same price because of how important the card is in gold format. But again, everything has been going down, especially the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. But with time, these cards will be going up, so everything is on sale. Go ahead and purchase the cards you do need. Moving on to the Stampede set, but now this is from low to high, and we do have the Quarter Century Secret Rare cards here. So some to point out too, some really cheap stocks ones. Anything with Ivory Crystalline will be really good to have long term. I think if the deck, you know, does further well in the meta, it will go up. You have Archfiend Eccentric 2. Somewhat hand trap, or not even a hand trap, but a spawn trap card removal that you can put on field and just get rid of. It's pretty nice. And then going on to the second page, we do have cards like Utopia, Onomatopian. Did not say that correctly, but it's okay. It's really cool. You have the Abyssigalos, which, you know, really need that reprint, which is nice. You have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max that already has its rank up that got that same treatment, which is nice. And then we do have, we're gonna go into the next page. This will be the last one. We do have Mathematician, which is really cheap. You also have the Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. You know, that'll be the highest rarity compared to the Ghost Rare. And then you have number 30 Acid, which Golem, which I feel like will do well over time. And for the last card, guys, that we do want to talk about, we do have the Dimension Wall, which is a nice card, you know, for older formats. It's too slow for this format, but, you know, again, just keep in mind the cards you have here. Spiral Master plan, if, you know, that ever comes back. But guys, that's all we want to talk about for today's video on cards that you should buy before it's too late. But guys, that's all I have for you for today's video. If you guys like the video, make sure to give it a huge like, comment down below your thoughts. What cards did we miss out on this week? And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go and hit the subscribe button and turn notification bell on so you're updated next time I upload new videos. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.